Welcome to the 287th episode of News Dump, where we run through the hottest topics in the Lewis County news scene and discuss. I'm local man Aaron VanTuyl, joined by Chronicle editor Eric Schwartz, and we're joined in spirit by sponsors Goebel Septic, The Roof Doctor, Americool Heating and Air Conditioning, CrossCounty Mortgage with Jacek Gillispie, and The Farm Store. Boy, we're back after yet another week off this summer. Been quite a few of those.
Yeah, you went and saw our lovely friend Pete Castor, right?
I did.
How was he?
He's good. Pete good.
State of the Pete report, please.
Pete doing well.
Yeah.
I have a feeling his name will come up here in a few minutes. But yeah, Pete's doing great. We had a lovely time in Denver. Saw a Rockies game. Went to a concert at Red Rocks. Went up Pikes Peak.
What concert did you go to?
Saw the Strokes at
The
Red
Strokes.
Rocks.
Wow, just you and Pete?
Justina went along too.
Did you guys hold each other?
A little bit, yeah.
I bet. I would too.
It was raining and storming a little bit, so ponchos came out. I got a time-lapse video of Pete attempting to put on a poncho, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
But yeah, I had a great time in Denver. Pete was a great host, and Denver is a lovely city.
Good. Well, thank you for that vacation report. As much so as you have mocked people who have written up their vacations in this newspaper, you've now done so to this podcast.
I have never mocked somebody writing
Local
up a
man
vacation.
leaves state lines, visits friend, former Chronicle photographer.
Well, my report was 15 seconds, where these ones were 20 inches of content.
All right.
But we are in midsummer form. I hear you and Chad hosted a parade. How was it? Speaking of cheating on your significant other, how was that?
You left. You went for milk on this is the Oregon Trail Days parade, which we'd been doing for 4 or 5 years? I don't know. It's anywhere from 5 to 8 years is what I've been telling people.
That's true.
It's been a while. I just can't remember how long. And for the second year in a row, you chose to abdicate the throne. And
exploring other options.
Chad Taylor took it up. I'll tell you how good it went. Bauer, my son, helped me. We were in the back of the pickup truck announcing the parade in Tenino. And a woman walked up to him and said, "Hey, do you know which radio station these guys are with?" And was talking about me and Chad. That's how good it went, Aaron. We put on a show, a professional show.
Did Bauer say, let's talk about it on KELA?
He should have. No. Bauer's a huge help, too, though. He wrangled the papers. You know how we usually get like a roundup of, or a basic information on each float, but on like 2 sheets of paper? It was like 100 sheets of paper this year. They were in the order that they were there, but it was a little spotty.
A lot of floats this year?
A lot of floats.
Right.
And just to so you can picture the Chronicle's dominance as a news source in Tenino, we had Chad and I calling the parade while Dylan Rubin King was covering the 3-on-3 tournament, the dunk contest, and the 3-point contest, while Emily Fitzgerald, our Thurston Chronicle editor, was directing a play at Tenino Young at Hart Theater, while Zach was covering
the Battle of the Blacktop.
Battle of the Blacktop, and while Otto was shooting the parade. So on a single day, we had about 60% of our newsroom dedicated to Tenino's festival.
Once again, you were at full staff in Tenino. How'd that feel?
I mean, I like to always be at full staff when I'm in Tenino, you son of a bitch.
All right, our next preamble, R.I.P. Ridley. We'll have a good...
That wasn't it.
That wasn't the one I wanted.
It is kind of sad.
It is sad. Ridley Hudson, Chronicle, a photo editor. She's been here, 2 years, 3 years?
Close to 3 years. We're calling it a Lewis County 3 years. So.
And she is, speaking of abdicating the throne, she is leaving for England.
Oh, she's returning to school. Yeah, she's going to go back and get a master's degree.
Yeah. So, R.I.P. Ridley.
I'd say she is a safe pick, which this isn't an official thing, but I think you and I keep an official list in our head, a Chronicle Hall of Famer, just based on the community impact, the response. If you go look at the comments on her farewell column, it was a real who's who of Lewis County, just from all positions and parts of the political spectrum.
Nobody ever had a problem with Ridley. She always did a good job. She was always pleasant to be around. It took a lot of vacations, but she worked really hard too.
I think the best thing about Ridley, and I told her this when she left, was just you hire these people. She was in Montana graduate who was working in Michigan and is from Georgia when we hired her. So, kind of a crapshoot of what to expect. And she showed up and immediately respected and was amused, which is all I really want from a journalist that's coming here from elsewhere is, number one, respect the area, take care of it like it's your own. And I think she did that. She became good friends with lots of sources and I don't remember receiving as many emails from folks that like reminded me of what I already know, which is like, this is a big loss for you, man. It's like when someone dies and you can't like stop thinking about it because someone's like, oh, sorry about Ridley, man. Like, that sucks. Thank you for calling my attention to that. So we are hiring a photographer. I've got a load of apps, and we're hoping to get one by football season. But Ridley will be hard to replace. She was quite good.
Yeah. And that brings us to the all-time Chronicle newsroom draft. I had kind of a short roster in here, and you went and bulked it up. I noticed you've left sports editor off of this.
Oh, yeah, we got to have sports editor on there.
I thought that was just a sign of respect for your boy.
No, absolutely not. What are the rules here? So we're going to craft, it's build your own newsroom draft.
Okay.
I don't know how, do we want to determine first pick by first person here, or do you want to do it? Like longest tenured employee or you?
I have been an employee of this newspaper longer than you, sir.
I mean, but you didn't start first.
Okay, so your list is 1 managing editor, 1 assistant editor, 2 sports reporters, 4 news reporters, 2 photographers, 1 newsroom clerk,
yes,
1 sports editor. This is just going to be remember some guys for 5 minutes.
It's going to kind of be like that, and I don't think either of us have really prepared. It's going to be a little off the cuff.
No, we have not prepared at all.
If your name should be on this list and you don't make it, I'm really sorry.
You can't. The only rule I have is you can't pick yourself.
Okay, no picking of yourself. Can I pick you?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, good luck. I don't plan to.
Newsroom clerk, Eric Schwartz. Whoa.
Oh, okay. All right. So with that, Aaron, you take the first pick. You can go in any order. We're not going top down here. So it's, pick the position, and we'll go from there.
Okay. In newsroom clerk, I'm going Doug Blosser.
Interesting pick.
I just want to see where you're going with this so I can determine how weird I can get with this.
Okay. All right. Well, for I'm not going to fill newsroom clerk first. That's just a stupid way to do this draft. Doug Blosser, great pick though. I think that's a fantastic pick.
I know.
May he rest in peace. Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna surprise you here. I'm taking with my first pick. I'm taking Isabel Vanderstoop, and I'm putting her in a reporter role. She's going to be a reporter.
Okay. With my second pick, I am taking photographer, and I'm taking our boy Pete Castor.
Oh, all right. Fair. All right. For my next pick, I am going to take another reporter. And for this position, I'm taking Dan Schreiber.
I knew it.
Yep.
Okay. With my next pick, I am taking another photographer. I'm filling out my photo staff. I'm taking Brandon Swanson.
Brandon Swanson. That's not a bad pick. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Enjoy Nick George.
Gosh, I need a photographer, but man, I want to stack my reporters here. So I got Isabel Vanderstoop. I got Dan Schreiber. I got this. I'm picking my managing editor.
Okay.
Michael Wagar, the big guy. He's going to run this newsroom.
Let's see. I can wait on managing editor now. 1 sports editor, and I am taking the hottest stash ever to grace this newspaper.
See, I was going to take him pick first. Sam Bakatich.
Sam Bakatich, sports editor. You're in a real pickle with sports editor now, aren't you?
I'm loading the reporters. I was just telling someone the other day at another newspaper, there's nothing more valuable than a good reporter. Which is why my third pick will also be for a news reporter.
Okay.
And it will be Brian Mitke.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I really flirted with Brian Mitke as my number 1 pick. I didn't think you were going to go with him, though, so I was leaving him alone for a little while. So I got one more slot for a reporter.
All right, let's see. I need a couple of sports reporters. I'm taking Josh Kirschenbaum in sports reporter.
So you're stacking sports, and I've just neglected it to nothing. I have not picked a single sports person, and I don't think that's going to change.
Or a photographer.
Gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna start correcting the photographer front here. I'm going Jared Winselberger.
Okay.
He's gonna be a hustler out there.
Well, you've got the whole Vander Wenzelberger crew in there.
I've got Winselstoop.
Okay. Let's see. God, maybe I should start looking at something on the news side here. You know what? In sports reporter, I am taking Zach Martin.
You're really killing my sports vibe here. I'm gonna regret this when all's said and done. All right. So who'd you grab for photographers?
I've got Pete and Brandon Swanson at photographer. I've got Sam Backage running my sports team.
Okay.
I've got Josh Kirschenbaum and Zach Martin writing the most beautiful prose you've ever seen, and I've got Doug Blosser handling the details.
So you've put me in this position where we've put ourselves in this position. So Pete Castor not picked for photographer?
He's on there as photographer. He's
Okay,
off
you
the
got
board.
him. You picked him?
He's off the board.
He's off
yeah.
the board. Okay, then I'm going to have to take Ridley as my second photographer.
Okay.
I don't feel like you can have different photographers than Ridley and Jared, so I'm picking Jared as my chaos photographer.
Did they work together? They
Ridley
didn't work
is the
together.
professional. No, she came in to replace them after they
Okay.
left, he and Isabel. So Jared makes it. Ridley will be my second. I'm happy with those choices.
Okay, let's see. News reporters. I am going to pick.
Some good ones out there.
There's a couple good ones out there. Who is the pick? You know what? I'm taking Farmer. I'm taking your boy Farmer.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Because I have chosen my assistant editor, and you will know him as Chronicle. Andy Campbell. I like the Michael Wagar, Andy Campbell dynamic.
Was he ever
newsroom?
Wait, can you just pick anybody to throw in any spot? Was he ever an assistant editor?
You can promote people.
You can't.
I mean, Isabel was
Breaking
an
the
assistant editor,
rules
but I'm not
already.
making her my assistant editor in this case.
All right, whatever you say.
All right.
You're taking Andy Campbell.
As assistant editor. You tell me Michael and Andy aren't going to make great newspapers. That's a good combo.
They're going to kill each other.
They really will. The front page will be perverse.
Let's see. You need, or what do I need? I need a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm trying to remember
on the
any.
clock here.
I'm trying to remember any good reporters you've hired over the
Oh,
years.
that's pretty weak.
And outside of Farmer, I'm really coming up a little short.
There's a lot of good ones.
Let's see. Why could I not remember any news reporters over the years?
You're going to get bumped off the clock here.
Let's see. I'll take Stephanie Schendel, news reporter. What do you think
That's
about
not
that?
bad. That's not bad. I already got mine. Rounding up my reporter staff will be Emily Fitzgerald.
Emily, rounding out your report. You're
the
off the
most-
board for news reporters.
Off the board. I've got Isabel Vanderstoop, Dan Schreiber, Brian Mitke, and Emily Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Very happy with that.
All right.
And I
Let's
have
see.
yet to pick a single sports staffer.
News reporter. You know what? I'm putting Chris Thomas out there.
See, he was on my list. I was thinking of him as a potential sports editor pick, even though I'm not sure that happened. He knows sports. He could do it. He could learn the job. He's great. This one is going to hurt you a little bit because for my newsroom clerk, I am picking Tyrus VanTuyl.
I knew you were going to do that.
Tyrus VanTuyl. Your son works for me still.
Let's see. Okay, just to keep track, you have your 4 reporters, you have 2 photographers, you have a managing editor, you have an assistant editor, you have a news reporter, you have a news clerk, you have everything but sports reporters.
I don't have a staff for sports yet.
Let's see. And I have my clerk, I have my 2 photographers, I have my full sports staff, I have 3 news reporters. I just need editors and 1 more news reporter.
Okay.
Okay, whose turn is it?
It's your turn, I think. I took Emily.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I took Tyrus. That's what I took.
You know what? Give me Marquise.
Oh, that's pretty good for reporter.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. You spelled Marquise's name wrong. You're better than that, man.
Hold on. He's got an E in there, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's no U.
Really?
There's no U.
That seems unlikely.
How dare you? All right, so now I got sports editor, and I can pick you, right?
Yeah, you can
I'm
pick
not
me.
going to. I was just questioning the rules.
I like
here.
how we're both doing a Mexican standoff here.
I'm taking him. He wasn't here long, but he's one of the most talented we had for one of my sports reporters. I'm taking Eric Trent.
Eric Trent.
Yep, like Eric Trent.
Sports reporter.
I'm seriously backing myself into the hole of sports editor here because I got nothing.
Let's see. You know what? At assistant editor, I'm taking Eric Schwartz.
Yeah, that's a position I had before.
That is a position you held briefly.
About a year.
Assistant editor.
Let's see. Second sports reporter. I'm taking the grumpy Zoomer himself, Alec Dietz.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Alec Dietz. He's good. I like Dietz. I need a sports editor here.
Sports reporter. And so I just need to fill out my overall news editor, right?
I think so.
Let's see. And since we're playing the
And I have to
promotions
fill out
game,
my one sports editor.
overall editor for the Chronicle with the last pick in the 2026 draft, Brandon Hanson.
Oh, I forgot about Brandon. Damn it. Damn it. He would have been a perfect sports editor. Brandon Hanson. Oh, that's a good pick. That one hurts. Who am I sitting here with? I got Jordan Nalen. I got Matt Beatty sitting there. I'm not saying I made a mistake. I'm very confident here. What do I want? It's got to be somebody out there I'm missing.
It's got to be. There's got to be somebody out there.
All right, you know what? Gonna have our first father-son. Aaron VanTuyl is my sports editor.
I'm flattered.
With apologies to Beatty and to Jordan Nalen, who were both in the running there. Got away from me.
Jordan was never sports editor, was he? No, he was.
He was sports editor of the Daily News.
That's true, he was.
So that can count. You know, I'm kind of happy with those, but I'm sure there's a lot of names. I can't believe Brandon fell all the way that low.
He was truly Mr. Irrelevant in this draft.
Yeah.
All right, so your team, reporters, Isabel Vanderstoop, Dan Schreiber, Brian Mitke, and Emily Fitzgerald.
You can't do that. That's the greatest collection of reporters.
Your managing editor is Michael Weger. Your assistant editor is Andy Campbell.
Andy Campbell would rule. I just know him and Michael. Those two making the decisions. Can you imagine?
Your photographers are Ridley and Jared Wenzelberger, and your news clerk is Tyrus VanTuyl, and your sports reporters are Eric Trent and Alec Dietz. Working for sports editor Aaron VanTuyl. I think that's a formidable news team.
It's good.
On my side, news clerk Doug Blosser, photographers Pete Castor and Brandon Swanson. Just those two, boy, they're going to make your life hell, but the photos are going to be excellent.
Pete's going to file like 3 photos from all of your assignments. Congratulations. One of them's going to be an art piece that only he gets.
Sports editor Sam Baketich, sports reporters Josh Kirschbaum and Zach Martin. The pros coming out.
Do you think that since we have your sports editor in there, that potentially we should pick an HR director as well, or no? We can leave it blank.
McCarricker. I'm drafting McCarricker as sports editor as a HR manager.
All right.
Let's see. I've got Jacob Farmer, Stephanie Schendel, Chris Thomas, and Marquise as my newsroom staff. Assistant editor Eric Schwartz, doing the dirty work for Brandon Hanson, the news editor.
I can tell you who slipped farther down the board than should have, and if I had thought of his name sooner, probably would have been my sports editor. Rubes. We forgot about Ruben King. He should absolutely be on this team. He would be picked up by me as a free agent signing after the draft.
Yeah, he would quickly be picked up.
And then I would quickly fire you as sports editor and replace you with Rubes.
That's harsh. I'm surprised you didn't throw a columnist on here.
I know. There's a lot of options. We'll have to do it again maybe next time an important person leaves. I also wanted to get more Gordon McCracken in the mix somewhere, and that didn't happen. That's okay.
All right. Shall we move to the news items?
I bet you, yes. I think that would probably be helpful.
All right. We have an update on this one already, but Winlock City Council hires a new treasurer. On July 21st, they picked up Michelle Francis. They'd been without a treasurer since Jill Davis resigned back in March. I like the photo of this, where Michelle Francis was excitedly clapping in what appeared to be an otherwise empty room. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was a special meeting. It wasn't a regular city council meeting. It was called just to take care of this for the most part. Also, that photo is a screen grab from a YouTube video.
Okay, well.
I'm glad you liked it. We worked really hard on it.
She's been a state employee for 25 years, and they'll bring her on part-time till she's done with training and settled in as the new treasurer. Then they also tried to purchase some property at a different meeting, but they didn't have enough people, with a few counselors out, and then the empty Jeremy Ullman seat still just kind of hanging around like a municipal ghost. What's the update to this?
We will have an update in Thursday's edition. It'll be online sometime tomorrow. I haven't seen the story yet, but I am told that the Buzzard Law Group, I believe that's the group that was their legal counsel, has exited mid-meeting after some consternation at the last meeting and previous meetings. I mean, generally, I don't think your city attorney and mayor not getting along is probably a good thing, but we'll wait until we see Owens write up on it. I don't have the specifics.
Okay. Next item. Centralia is up next in annexation push. The Centralia City Council could initiate a major annexation process tonight after tabling the decision back on June 23rd. According to City Manager Michael Thomas, the issue will once again appear on the agenda for tonight's meeting. According to Emil Pearson, the proposed Phase 1 annexation would bring 992 people into the city and more than 1,000 acres of land. That represents less than half the city's UGA in terms of population. Annexing all of that would add about 3,300 people. They haven't suggested the full annexation route, which was what Chehalis did. The largest portion would be some industrial land to the north of the city limits, tucked between I-5 and the railroad. The sliver of territory stretches all the way to the large distribution center owned by Michaels to the north. So that's one way to get warehouses in city limits, I suppose.
Bringing them in.
Other sections of the Phase 1 plan are designed to take in islands of land that haven't been annexed previously, or areas that are dense in population, like those by the high school, which I was surprised to learn is not in city limits, and an area currently undergoing development near Oakview Elementary School. Don't love that. During the June 23rd meeting, multiple landowners, including Centralia School District and a group of local real estate developers represented by Levi Althauser, provided public comment to request annexation. The school district hopes the city will annex the high school, which is already served by city utilities. Big annexation news.
Yeah, the school would like Centralia Police to respond rather than the Lewis County Sheriff's Office specifically. Yeah, I mean, they're in the city. I think a lot of people, I think Joe Public would be shocked to learn that Centralia High School is not Centralia city limits. It feels like it fits, right?
Yeah.
I think over the years there's been resistance to this process, but I do feel as though it's going to go forward. We do have Jacob Moore there at the meeting tonight, so we'll have some sort of update in the Thursday edition and at cronline.com.
Okay.
Why did you poo-poo the annexation near Oakview School?
I just don't like the development going in near Oakview School.
Oh.
It's too close to the river.
The housing?
Yeah.
The housing, the affordable
Too close
housing?
I don't want it in my backyard.
Too close to the river. You live on the river.
I know. I don't want building that close to the river.
So some classic NIMBYism here?
Well, it is. I just building that close to the river means that
It's okay for you to do it and for you to reside there. You just don't want anyone else to be happy along the river, including
exactly. I was there first.
emergency services personnel there to help Joe Public.
I was happy to look at the map and realize that I am still across the street from the city annexation.
I see. So you're in the county.
Yeah.
Safely tucked under the wing of Sean Swope right there in District 1, huh? Is that where you like to be? Right there under the
Sure
wing?
is.
I know it is.
Yeah, big annexation news. These stories are so detailed, and I applaud Jacob Moore for writing these up, but they are dry.
They are. I mean, it's one of those stories that unless you're in that annexation area, I don't know that there's a ton of interest. Public interest, and I'm like really excited to read this. But we did publish a map, and we'll keep putting it with everything that kind of shows where some of the pockets are, which some of the pockets confuse me because they're completely surrounded by Centralia. So it's like, why are they technically not Centralia? But hopefully we have some clarity after this. If it goes anything like the Chehalis one, there's going to be a lot of people in favor of it and a lot of people opposed to it, a lot of facts thrown back and forth, and eventually they'll come to a decision.
I feel like this one's not going to be as contentious as Chehalis.
I don't know.
Just the vibe I get.
I feel like it could be. I think a lot of people are still engaged from the warehouse process, the moratorium.
No, that's true.
And I think that'll cross over a little bit into this. There's a big talk, broader talk on what will Centralia become, and I don't know. If Bill Moeller was still here, he would be very upset about the warehouse. I'll tell you that right now. I still remember when he wrote an entire column about how he had to wait at a stoplight more than one turn. And he was just like, that's it. We're Seattle. Congratulations, everyone. We're a shitty city now.
I wish Bill Moeller was here.
I do too.
Next item, Rochester K-9 trainer allegedly running, quote, pet resort while awaiting trial for manslaughter. This is Wayne George Curry, 65. He faces life in prison for manslaughter charges. He was charged in last June after he fatally shot an employee during the filming of a video advertisement. He's out on custody, awaiting trial, which is going to be in November. His new business, apparently, Edel House Pet Resort. Every time you see house spelled H-A-U-S, do you in your mind pronounce it house?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It's located at the same address as his other active business, Craftwork K9 Pro. Saw the photos of this fella, big just for men energy.
Oh, what's up?
What are you going to tell me not to make fun of him?
Attack. Don't make fun of him. I mean, make fun of him for the fact that he shot a worker.
Shot a fellow worker in the face.
It's one of those cases where we don't really need to put allegedly on it because that's what happened. It's just a matter of whether it was criminal or not. which seems like a bit of a crazy argument to bring before a jury, in my opinion.
The pet resort is described on its website as being family-owned, quote, since day one. The site reads, every decision we make starts with one question, what's best for the dogs? Which is accurate, as it's clearly not best for the staff. The site also says, Wayne is the only American breeder in history to send dogs back to Germany to compete. Never in history has there been any American-bred dogs able to qualify to compete in Germany. I feel like there's some historical allusions there. Can't quite put my finger on them. The bit about how he shot his staffer is disturbing. Witnesses said the video was supposed to demonstrate the dog's ability to remain at Curry's feet while Curry shot his firearm. Then on Curry's cue, the dog would practice bite work on an employee who would be protected by a bite sleeve. He used a loaded gun, and the dog got agitated, which caused Curry's body to jerk and shoot the victim in the face. And then witnesses said they'd seen Curry point guns at people multiple times. Not great.
No, it's not great. And I've had people ask, why do you do a story? The guy's out on bail. He should be able to do stuff like this. And I would just say that we've heard over time from enough people linked to the witness, from enough people who worked at the Craftwork Canine place, that there was definitely interest in a guy who's accused of killing an employee, a beloved man to his family and loved ones, being able to kind of just continue with life as usual.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately why we went with it. I thought Farmer did a good job with the story, and we will continue to cover that case. Eventually, there will be some sort of resolution. Prison time, I would assume.
You would assume.
I'm assuming you just can't accidentally shoot someone in the face. I'm not trying to make light of it, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out, though. Farmer's done a good job on that story from the start.
All right, and then the last one I threw on here is not a local story, but it bears mentioning. Oregon man gets 10 years for climbing into occupied beds during late-night burglary spree. While officers responded to the first two reports, and this is Chris Riedman, he entered a third unlocked residence and climbed into bed without pants with a woman and her boyfriend. The couple reportedly woke up, quote, shocked to find a pantless Riedman in bed with them. According to investigators, the boyfriend then forcibly escorted Riedman from the home. This guy's just out there acting like the threesome fairy, going door to door to make dreams come true, and the naughty couples with their doors unlocked in the most inviting fashion just push him away like perverted trash.
He is perverted trash. You're making light here, but that's horrible.
Well, yeah, horrible. Then you read this story and went home and unlocked the front door. Like, honey, bedtime.
I absolutely did not. I got to say, I was unaware of this story. It must have been a Brandon Hansen post.
You're going to play
Brandon Hansen who is leaving the door unlocked. Your
really?
Sports editor.
Brandon Hansen.
Sports reporter.
Really?
I don't remember what you hired Brandon for.
He is your boss in my...
Oh, that's right. He's the editor. Well, that's great. There's going to be so much AI in your Chronicle.
This podcast is sponsored by Goebel Septic, The Roof Doctor, Americool Heating and Air Conditioning, CrossCounty Mortgage with Jason Gillispie, and The Farm Store. Do you have any other news items, or do you want to hit those at the end?
If Andy Campbell is in that assistant editor role, whatever is the most nasty and perverse news item of the day will lead in bold, 50-point font across the front every time.
You think he'd outmaneuver Michael to control the front page?
I think he would.
I agree.
I think Michael would like it.
Yeah. I think Michael and Andy would get along swell, or kill each other, or perhaps both. Segments. First up, we've got Tales from the Takes page, and Julie McDonald writes about former Chehalis Advocate editor Dick Fry, dead at 103 years old. Can't believe with that name he didn't make your all-time news staff list.
He wasn't a Chronicle guy, it doesn't sound like. He was a Chehalis Advocate guy.
What is the Chehalis Advocate?
I'm sure that it is in McDonald's column. I don't want to screw up something like that. But I know Advocate Printing is Duvall, right? It's that's
yeah,
their thing.
I believe so.
So I'm assuming it's from that.
He's a pleasant-looking fellow. He's got a nice cardigan on.
You don't see too many news editors live that long. 103.
And do you think you're going to live to 103?
Not a chance. If I could have half as much of a career as Dick Fry, I'd be quite happy.
All right. So that's from Julie, and then we've got Wayne Fournier. The future of agriculture is in the barns at the Thurston County Fair. Our boy went on a bit of a heifer hunt out at the fairgrounds.
His daughter's got an animal in the fair this year, so he's in. You know what? You should take him up on this. He said to go find his daughter's farm animal at the fair. I'm not going to tell you what animal it is.
Is the fair going on now still?
Starts Thursday.
Okay.
And goes through Sunday. And you send it back to Wayne, and he's going to pick a winner, and that winner will get $100 out of Wayne's wallet.
Well, he has only $100
You
for our
know,
friend Wayne, the
has
richest
to
man
work
in Thurston
at
County.
least 2 to 3 minutes to make that amount of money. So it's a big chunk of change.
All right.
Wayne was in the parade, too, on Saturday.
Oh, of course he was.
Got him to stop. It was great. Driving around a little all-terrain vehicle.
What else is in the opinion section that we need to discuss?
Yeah, I don't know. Our views, forum questions, unlike Commissioner candidate, were tough but fair. Just kind of asking Hadler why he answered an honest question about his criminal history at the forum and then later acted like he was assaulted by the local newspaper. I thought it was a pretty good piece from the editorial board.
Is that what Greg Rohr's column is referencing?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
You know, I wish Greg Rohr would just like throw some names out on these things.
I do too, but he's got a different position than an editor of a newspaper. He's the chair of a party. I get why he took the approach. His headline's truth before politics, vote according to the values you want promoted. But I do think his message is pretty much the same as, you know, it's a fair question. Voters are it's so foreign to me to have. Well, number one, a person running for a county commissioner with a criminal history, that's odd, right? That doesn't happen every day. Doesn't happen every election cycle.
No.
And it's not a big deal. It's not something that's insurmountable. I'm not saying that. More shocking to me is that you wouldn't expect to be asked the question. Like, once you're there, like, you can't give a how dare you response when the question is, do you have criminal history?
Yeah.
Just own it. That's why I thought it was weird. Was at the forum in Morton. He owned it, and he had good answers, I thought he addressed it head on, and I was like, well, I think they thought, you know, I think a lot of people would be tripped up on that, and he wasn't. So it was just surprising 24 hours later to just be like, you must have given the questions to Bremer. That's how he doesn't have a criminal history at the same time.
Yeah.
So make your own pick accordingly. The argument isn't not to vote for Hadler. It's just, come on, man, toughen up, especially if you're going to have a tough but fair slogan as your your campaign slogan on all your signs. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Just weak. Richard Stride, he had a really nice piece on Cole Meckel. I'll know we'll get to him in a bit.
Isn't it Meckley?
It could be. I don't know. I never was able to ask. So is it Meckley? Cole Meckley?
I've heard that. I think it is Cole Meckley. We'll get to him in a few minutes.
But Richard wrote a nice piece about him, and having met him, as we mentioned, Ridley Hudson wrote her "Goodbye, Lewis County, and thanks for the memories." You can imagine the headline I wrote on top of that to screenshot and send back to her.
So long.
I pulled an anchor man on it. And then Brian Mitke, hands up instead of handouts, George Washington style.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, Bill Siren, which another name I've maybe
Is
been
that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Siren.
I always thought it was Saran.
We'll have to ask him. See, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The printed word. He wrote an endorsement for Danny Reardon, and I had a hard time arguing because he sent me an email. He was like, "Hey, do you consider me a columnist?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've written columns over the years." And then he was just like, "Yeah, well, McCroskey got to endorse someone, so I'm going to endorse someone."
All right.
So I thought it was fair. He wrote a nice piece for Danny Reardon, and we'll know by the next podcast who the winners are. So,
oh God, that's Tuesday, isn't it? Did you
primary.
get your votes
It's coming
in?
up fast. I've got my ballot filled out and safely on my counter at home.
Yeah, mine is also safely on my counter.
Any big surprise votes you pulled that you want to share with the class?
Not really. You can probably imagine where all my votes went.
I mean, I was hoping you'd spill, but fine.
I did a little writing in on a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. Just leave that alone.
I wrote in Eric Schwartz for Cuck of the Year.
That should about do it. I'm getting a lot of letters right now. We'll have another big letters package tomorrow. My favorite letter, and again, I'm getting myself in trouble here because taking a position, but Suzanne Weil wrote, why this relentless assault on voting? It was just our first letter in response to Donald Trump's speech, which I believe we talked about the last time before it happened, and then it was pretty much exactly what we thought it would be.
Just a bunch of nonsense, yeah.
And it's still, people act like this is too simple of an argument and it doesn't work, but apparently the 2016 and 2014 or 2024 elections when Democrats controlled the White House were clean, but the 2020 election while he was in charge wasn't. Like, it seems very
China
basic,
that
but that's still a really hard. I mean, if you're actually trying to give me a reason why I should believe this nonsense, that's a hard one to get over for me. Like,
yeah, I don't understand the election. The elections aren't secure angle of it. Well, anybody could steal your ballot and vote. Like, yeah, it'd be a felony. What's the benefit in that?
Yeah, I agree. We don't need to agree or anything. One more story. Centralia Middle School gym gets new tiger-themed mural from local artist. You saw that one?
I saw that. Yeah, the tiger was interesting.
Interesting, huh? That's a hell of a word for you to use.
I mean,
You mean
it looked
beautiful,
like a
artistic,
tiger.
majestic, lifelike?
It was bright orange, which is how I like my things.
It looks good. This is continuing the Centralia Middle School rebrand to Tigers. What were they before this? Yellow Jackets?
Yellow Jackets,
Yellow Jackets, okay. I like it. Good stuff.
All right. History should repeat itself. The headline, a look back at time, hiker pushing wheelbarrow around the world visits Centralia. Chehalis toddler shot in the eye with a BB gun, and airport day draws 4,000 visitors. From 1946, Larry Hightower, an intrepid hiker, was attempting to push a wheelbarrow around the world. He was due to arrive in Centralia on Thursday. Back in the 40s, people just did shit like this.
Yeah. I mean, they still do it now. We're on the I-5 corridor, so we get people walking by. Remember the dude that was just walking with his goat?
Yeah.
We're like, well, what are you doing this for? And he's like, just walking with my goat, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
He thought he would complete it in 12 years. That was according to his obituary in the Flint Journal in 1978. He reached Tenino. He was due in Centralia the next day. At Olympia on Tuesday, a Washington state flag was added to the contents of his wheelbarrow. He never did make it all around the world. He did succeed in pushing the wheelbarrow throughout North America, walking to both Mexico and Canada over the course of the next several years. How do you think you fund something like that?
I mean, he obviously was, using online crowdfunding.
All right.
I know, you're right. There's probably a lot more impressive. I've noticed with the Wanderers these days, because every summer we get somebody coming through here doing some sort of thing. It's kind of turned into just a monetary thing. Like, you start to look at the numbers. I don't want to point anyone out specifically, but there was a couple that came walking through, and it starts to become like a massive. You're an influencer, right? This is what you do now. It's your job. You walk around and you make content, and people send you money, or you get money from the algorithm. So, Mr. Wheelbarrow Man, a lot cooler, I would say, than today's Wanderers.
He was doing it for the newspaper clout, not the likes.
That's right.
And then from 1976, the Chronicle featured a United Press International story about a Centralia business owner who is believed to have been found dead on ocean shores after he and one of his employees went missing in a private airplane. The body of a man believed to be that of William J. Jack Bennett, 43, from Portland, was missing in a single-engine aircraft. He was recovered from the ocean on a Friday. He was the owner of the Nor'Wester restaurant in Centralia. With Bennett in the aircraft was Kathy Miltimore, 19, Centralia, a waitress in the Nor'Wester. No sign of her has been found. When Bennett and the Centralia woman departed to Chehalis Centralia Airport July 15th in a Piper Comanche, they were reportedly leaving for a pleasure flight around Mount St. Helens. However, it was confirmed Thursday that Bennett landed at Ocean Shores, departed about 8 hours after that, and a fisherman found him in the water. What lessons do you take from this story?
I don't know. It's 1976. I'm not casting aspersions, not knowing anything. I see what you're trying to do here, and I refuse to do it. And I see why you're doing it, too, because we've had a more recent case of allegedly perverted aviation enthusiast doing things that you're alluding to, right? Taking young girls on a flight. That's what you're saying.
Look, I'm just saying if any 19-year-old waitresses want to go on a pleasure flight with a 43-year-old man, maybe settle for a ride in his Toyota to come and pick up instead. I don't know. Just saying.
There you go. How old are you, Aaron?
That's not important.
All right.
Siren's banger of the week. I've got Centralia man accused of punching roommate with brass knuckles after arguing over bong. Eric Schwartz
unless
story.
You grew up in a pot-smoking culture, which I did not. I'm the son of a pastor, went to a very Christian Eastern Washington University.
You just lived your postgraduate years in that
I'll
phase.
just throw all that out. I got the dynamics of this fight. So this guy gets home, his roommate has loaded his bong, and he grabs the bong, takes it to his room, locks the door. In that moment, the person who loaded it wasn't their bong, is very upset that they're about to lose their nug. And the other person, just in my reading here are they about to smoke an undue nug of marijuana? Like they were just like, oh, jackpot, he's using my bong. I don't got anything, so I'm just going to smoke this in my room. Mm-hmm. But anyways, as it unfolded, one of them produced brass knuckles and assaulted the other. And, if there's anything I would take away from this story is that it's an unfortunate headline to be in at the age of being a 40-year-old man. You just got to be doing better than this on both sides. Like both sides. I don't mean to do the both sidesism, but I think everybody involved needs to really take a look at their life and how they brought themselves to a position where they had a roommate who would assault them with brass knuckles, or is the roommate who would assault someone with brass knuckles over some pot. That's why Jonathan Meyer, I feel like if we had a quote of the week, this is a farmer story.
He said, so if he's going to break out brass knuckles for something as tiny as that, I hate to see what happens when life truly gets hard. It kind of sounds like life already is hard.
There was that, but the first part of that quote was, it doesn't get much dumber than that. So, I don't know.
All right. Was there another Science Banger of the Week?
No, there was another that you would consider Science Banger of the Week. This morning we had from Centralia Police.
Oh, right. We don't have to get into that.
I mean, we will. Tonight, a woman arrested in dumpster after setting fire to a different dumpster. She was dumpster diving. We're digging through a dumpster. She got trespassed from a business. A short time later, about an hour and a half, another dumpster nearby was on fire. They put that fire out, and then they found her in a third dumpster and when she was arrested and placed in jail.
Okay.
Sad situation, but it did seem noteworthy.
I like that you're making light of this.
I'm not making light of this.
Okay. People's Champion of the Week, we have two. I have a feeling it's going to be the second one, but I'll mention the first one first. Scout renovates Millet Field basketball court for Eagle Scout project in Chehalis. There's before and after pictures of it. This is from Carter Culeto with Chehalis Troop 373. Looks like he did a lovely job with it. Court looks great.
He did a great job, and he also submitted a full news release with photos and video.
Wow.
We shared the video today, too. Very just professional job all around. We get these projects from time to time, and usually we'll arrange to have a photographer, but he literally sent everything we could possibly need, photos, news release, his quotes, just everything, and it looks great, though. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And then I think this is the winner of People's Champion of the Week, Gather Church pastor Cole Meckley, who died after a battle with cancer. He was the pastor of Gather Church. He passed away Monday, surrounded by friends and family. And yeah, he did a lot of really hard, difficult work in Centralia, trying to make this town a better place.
Yeah, super, super sad. I don't have anything to say that anyone else couldn't who actually knew him pretty well. I was able to meet him a few times. And I'll just say what I've said over the years when this church comes up, which is too often in controversial ways, clashing with Lewis County over various things, not to take any shots at anyone there. But I'm a Christian, and the way he performed in our community looked like what Jesus said to do. And
yeah, I agree.
He took care of the downtrodden in every possible way that he could through that church. And I don't know. I don't know if you can replace a person like that. So just thoughts and prayers seems cliche, but everyone who knew him, and we'll be sure to publish the memorial service details when we have them. And yeah, People's Champion of the Week for sure. Person of the Year in my book.
All right. Moving to a lighter topic, Facebook comments of the week. The only one I have is on a story about Mike Hadler running for county commissioner. And this commenter writes, if he won, would he stop swimming by dams to gorge on salmon returning to spawn?
It's diabolical. Not nice. Not nice.
You
It's
know,
your only comment? Come on,
God,
man.
that was the only one I screenshotted. and
Was that
saved.
sent to you, or did you stumble upon that in the
I
wild?
stumbled upon that reading the Mike Hadler story.
I see.
With no quotes from Mike Hadler because he didn't want to talk to you or
Well, we asked him about his
dirty,
criminal
biased
history,
newspaper.
so yes.
Any other news items you want to hit before we wrap this up?
No, I don't. I don't really think so. There's the big Centralia City Council meeting tonight that, of course, we'll be covering. Another big news item that we'll cover this week. I haven't confirmed this with Farmer, but I believe the Schaefer lawsuit against, I want to say the State Patrol, Thurston County, regarding Trooper Justin Schaefer, who died in a pursuit in 2020, I believe. Yeah. So basically suing over the unsafe nature of the chase and other details as well. We've covered it in the past. I'm told that trial has started, so we're hoping to have an update on that for this week. And then Jacob Moore has a piece in on a pause in allowing family burials in Lewis County. They're trying to come up with some rules to meet a new state law. I haven't read it yet, but I was interested in reading it. I was trying to think what everybody else is working on. We got Thurston County Fair starting on Thursday. We'll be up there quite a bit. They're going to tour the new Thurston County Sheriff's Office on Friday, and we're going to join them on that tour. So we'll have a story on that, too.
Okay.
I think that's about it. That was one of the new phenomena I saw at the Tenino parade, by the way, was Derek Sanders was walking ahead of the Thurston County entry, and somewhere along the way, one child broke away from their parents and ran out there to slap hands with him. And then that just continued all the way down because, one kid did it and the next one's like, well, Mom, can I do it? And they're like, yeah, go slap Derek Sanders in the hand. Go ahead.
Wow.
But it lasted from the moment I could see him way in the distance all the way past us. And then he posted a black and white version of our photo and just said, jailbreak in Tenino today.
Did he give you photo credit?
He did not.
Well,
something I've had to call him out in the comments for, but I do take a lot of Derek's content as well. So I shouldn't be too greedy. I do it's just that I like the photographer to get credit. That's all. I don't really care too much.
Yeah.
But, I do steal his mini videos. I stole one today. I think I stole a photo from him yesterday. He's a content producer. He probably has more right than any to lift a photo every now and again.
He does provide you with a lot of content.
He does, yeah. Can't deny that. But yeah, that's more or less. We got the Sky O fire burning out there.
It's out by Packwood, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit west of Packwood. It's 176 acres. It's buffered away from Highway 12 by the Cowlitz River. I don't know if there's a risk of it jumping the river. There's some housing and stuff closer to the road, of course. But that's the most serious fire. It looks like the firefighters and just Mother Nature have taken care of a lot of the lightning fires that move through. But that one persists and grows. It was 139 acres yesterday, 176 today, and I'm assuming it'll be larger tomorrow because it sounded like it was growing.
All right. With that, we're going to close up. We are sponsored by Goebel Septic, The Roof Doctor, Americool Heating and Cooling, CrossCounty Mortgage, Jacek, Gillispie, and The Farm Store. Leave a review and rating on Apple Podcast if you want, or send us an email at chroniclenewsdump@gmail.com. We will be back next week to talk election results.